Statement by the Deputy Head of the Delegation of the Russian Federation at the second session of the Preparatory Committee for the 11th Review Conference of the Parties to the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, Deputy Director of the Department for Non-Proliferation and Arms Control of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation Mr. Mikhail Kondratenkov, Cluster 3, Peaceful Uses of Nuclear Energy, Geneva, July 29, 2024. Mr. Chairman, this year marks the 70th anniversary of the industrial use of the energy released from the nucleus of an atom. In 1954, the world's first nuclear power plant was launched in the town of Obninsk in the USSR. Nowadays, nuclear energy accounts for about 10% of the world total energy production. Nuclear technologies have become an integral part of the life of people across the world. They are extensively used in medicine, agriculture, industry, that is, in almost every economic sector. Nuclear energy is consistent with the principles of sustainable development and ensures steady supply of clean energy, demonstrating the lowest life cycle to emissions. Its contribution to addressing climate change can hardly be overestimated. Nuclear power plants operated across the world save the world greenhouse gases emissions comparable to the quantity of carbon that can be absorbed by all the planet's forests. Mr. Chairman, at the moment, Russia operates 42 power units at 12 nuclear power plants with a total installed capacity of 35 GW. We note that the future lies in closing nuclear fuel cycle, NFC. It is the closed NFC that will enable us to expand the fuel reserve of the nuclear energy by tens of times and reduce the quantity of nuclear waste by many times. Russia has been working on this. Our country pursues a strategic goal of building a two-component nuclear energy system consisting of water-cooled, water-moderated thermal neutron power reactors and breeder reactors closing the nuclear fuel cycle. At the moment, Russia is operating two fast reactors. In 2022, the BN-800 reactor of the Beloyarsk NPT completely switched to uranium-plutonium fuel, that is, for the first time in the world, a fast reactor started commercial operation using full load of MOX fuel. We are continuing the construction of a pilot energy project with Brest OD-300 lead-cooled reactor and the infrastructure necessary to close the nuclear fuel cycle within one site. This will enable us to fine-tune technologies addressing the issue of the spent nuclear fuel and radioactive waste and improve the efficiency of the nuclear power plants. Russia has been working on small and medium power reactors, including floating nuclear power plants, which are especially needed and efficient in remote areas. Russia has been operating the world's first floating nuclear thermal power plant and implementing a project of a small nuclear power plant on land. Besides, Russia is the only country running a fleet of civilian vessels with nuclear propulsion. 7 nuclear-powered icebreakers are currently operating on the Northern Sea route, a major traffic artery connecting Europe, Russia, and the Asia-Pacific. Mr. Chairman, Russia considers nuclear energy as an important means of achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Our country has always actively promoted the development of nuclear energy across the world, and championed broad access of states to the benefits of the peaceful atom. 110 power units based on USSR and Russian design have been constructed at nuclear power plants across the world. Our specialists are building 22 more high-power units in 7 countries. In Turkey, 4 generation III plus 1200 MW power units are simultaneously constructed at Akkuyu nuclear power plant. Works to build nuclear power plants have been commenced in Hungary, Egypt, and Bangladesh. New power units are under construction in China and India. May 2024 saw the launch of the world's first export project involving the construction of a small nuclear power plant of 6 power units in Uzbekistan. In November 2023, the first Belarusian nuclear power plant started commercial operation. Our country provides over a third of the world's supply of enriched uranium and is one of the leading nuclear fuel manufacturers. Russia's priorities include scientific research into and development of radiation technologies and peaceful uses of nuclear energy in medicine, agriculture, industry, and other key economic sectors. We attach special importance to training professionals in nuclear and related spheres. Over 2,000 students from 65 foreign countries are currently studying in Russian universities. Mr. Chairman, we assist IAEA in its efforts to ensure more efficient and wider use of nuclear energy to maintain peace, health, and well-being across the world. Russia is a donor of the agency's Technical Cooperation Fund. The implementation of the 2017 initiative to develop nuclear infrastructure of the newcomer countries is one of the major components of our interaction with the agency. 74 training events for over 1,200 foreign experts were organized in 2017 to 2023 within the framework of this initiative. Russia has initiated and been a donor of the IAEA International Project on Innovative Nuclear Reactors and Fuel Cycles, INPRO, which has become an advanced center for comprehensive assessment of nuclear power systems using an extensive range of criteria. At this platform, member states can exchange information and engage in joint studies in the field of advanced nuclear technology, including Generation 4 nuclear energy systems. At the moment, INPRO membership consists of 43 countries. Mr. Chairman, we would like to note the reinforcement of negative tendencies in the development of nuclear energy. They are brought about by Western countries' attempts to regain the lost leading positions and competencies in nuclear technologies using political methods against their competitors. Such steps run counter to the principles of free trade, Article 4 of the NPT, and the purposes and objectives of the IAEA. Russia finds inadmissible any attempts to limit the access to the benefits of peaceful atom for any state compliant with its non-proliferation obligations. Consequently, we do everything we can to counteract the use of the NPT to pursue political and economic tasks that are not directly related to the non-proliferation issues, and will continue to provide all possible assistance in using nuclear technologies to all interested states. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.